Off the Wall Productions is proud to present Voices of the Methow. This is a series of conversations with interesting folk in and around the valley. This is Byron, and I have my friend Hiroaki Kusakabe with me. Welcome to Voices of the Methow.
Nice to be here again.
Again, that's right. Because where are we? Well, we're in Centrailia at a really sweet music festival here. And this is the second year. We met last year,
Right.
and we did a interview, and you played a few tunes, which I'm hoping you'll do again after we finish with this interview. But before we do that, I was wondering if you could give a little background. Now, you're from Japan.
Right.
Yeah, and so where in Japan are you from?
I live in the Shiga prefecture. It's next to Kyoto prefecture, and there is the biggest lake in Japan. The beautiful mountains. We have some ski places on the mountain. If you have opportunity, come to Japan and visit my place, please.
Yeah, I would love to do that. And isn't there some temples? Is there a cherry blossom?
Cherry blossom is from the end of March to beginning of April. It's so beautiful everywhere, from south to north.
Yes. Well, we're going to be talking about, you play Dobro,
Right.
which is really cool. You are I think, in my humble opinion, that you play it pretty good. And so we're going to be talking about how that Dobro, how you started and where it has led you.
Okay. About 20 years ago, one day I got a call from my friend. He's a banjo player. He already joined it in some bluegrass band in Japan, and he asked me, would you like to play Dobro? Dobro, I heard before, but I never seen that before. I've never played the Dobro before. But slide, I already played the bottleneck. With the bottleneck.
So so you had a little bit of knowledge of the slide.
Slide.
Yeah.
So maybe I can play the Dobro, and then
Sure.
So and
When was that? Do you remember?
maybe about 20 years ago.
20 years ago, and it was a
About
little.
20 or 25 years ago. That's,
Yep.
when I was maybe 32 or 3.
32 or 3.
Mm-hmm. So I went to some musical instrument shop in Kyoto. So I ordered to my first Dobro, and have to wait about 3 months.
3 months. And you were saying that the banjo player was waiting every day for you to get your Dobro, huh?
Yeah, he called me every day.
Every day.
You got your Dobro? Not yet. I told you that it needs 3 months, but he calls me every day.
So from there, you finally got the Dobro,
Mm-hmm.
and you learned how to play. How did you do that?
Yeah. My friend already played the Dobro, so I asked him how to play the Dobro.
Oh,
So
good.
he rented me teaching video,
Okay.
which was taught by Jerry Douglas.
Jerry Douglas, I
Yeah.
think I've heard of him. Yeah, okay.
And then, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can. What? When I saw he played, make the slant bar.
With the slant slide bar, yeah.
What? I never seen it before. I thought it just always
Straight.
straight.
Parallel to the
Yeah,
string.
parallel, yeah.
So did that open up a few doors for you? Did that change your options and make you a better player by learning to turn the bar
Yeah.
slightly?
Like this, like that.
Yes, opened up some doors, so to speak. Yeah.
But I tried to do that. So, and then after maybe 4 months after I joined in some bluegrass band in Japan and played with them for about 5 years.
Yeah, you played with a bluegrass band for 5 years, and after about 4 months in that band, then you could start to use that technique a bit. You could
A little bit.
a little bit, yeah, and grow from there.
I'm still practicing when I joined that band.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And they were not real bluegrass band, which means they played bluegrass music.
Not in a traditional sense, or
yeah, on and on and on and on. Blue Moon of Kentucky. Dixie Breakdown, Midnight Moonlight.
Oh, Peter Rowan. Yes.
Peter Rowan stuff.
Yes.
I like that.
Okay.
Peter Rowan. And,
yeah.
with different arrangement.
Yes.
So it's not real bluegrass music, like New Grass Revival.
Yes.
That we have bass player. He played the electric bass like John Corn. And,
yes.
And
so what I'm hearing, if I'm getting this correctly, then you were in the band for 5 years, and your interests changed a little, or you found that you were interested in different
kind of music,
yeah. and people who were doing different things with the traditional form, kind of, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I am not big fan of bluegrass music.
Oh, no, shh. Really? Yeah, okay. Well, I won't tell anybody, okay?
Because I began to play the guitar when I was maybe 14, 13, and play guitar with Japanese folk music. And I entered in high school. I met a new friend. He has a lot of American music records, and he rented me 1 or 2 records from me. Just listen to this one, which was Eagles.
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
Okay.
And Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
And I crazy for them. Especially Doobie Brothers. They are playing so many kinds of music with one band. So I could learn a lot of kind of music only from them.
So are you?
They play the country, rock, R&B, jazz, and sometimes bluegrass and psychedelic songs. I think everything.
Everything. Now, am I getting that you're pretty much self-taught from maybe hearing? You heard a lot of music.
I can't read the music.
Right. Yeah. I understand. Me neither. Really. Right. Okay. So that's cool that
only
you hear it and you can duplicate it on the instrument, the guitar or the dobro or whatever.
When I was a high school student, I bought my first electric guitar and play rock music with my friends. Few years later, I participated in some rock band, and we played almost Doobie Brothers songs.
So you come to the dobro, you already had some background in Japanese folk music and rock and roll music, rock music, yes, and that's great. So you had a little background, something to work with.
Dobro player using 3 finger. I use the four fingers.
Oh, okay.
It's from a guitarist of the Doobie Brothers. His name is Patrick Simmons.
Patrick Simmons.
He's a nice finger picking guitar player too, and
So that was, I understand, so that's your right hand. So you use four fingers to pluck the strings on the dobro instead of the traditional three, kind of. That's cool, and you learned that from the Doobie Brothers from...
Yeah, and when I went to some Burgas festival in Japan, they saw me and, what, do you play with your four fingers? Yeah, so what?
Was that a problem for some people? It was not...
Yeah, some people said to me, you should play with three fingers.
Yeah, look where it's took you.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I understand. So you followed your dobro, so to speak, to Australia, maybe twice?
Yeah, twice.
Twice?
Yeah, and my prefecture has the biggest lake in Japan. There is a quite big boat.
You get on the boat. Yeah,
So-
yeah. You play on the boat.
No. Some Australian came to Japan
there was some
for playing
Australian music's on the boat.
On the boat.
On the boat. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And one of them is tried to contact with some bluegrass band in Japan, and he found on the internet. He found a bluegrass band on the internet in Japan, and my friend called me. I went to my friend's house and meet them, and jam session for a while, and we played together in Kyoto. Sometimes they say, come to Australia, play with us, join us. Okay, I'll go.
And it was really easy. We've talked a little bit, we laughed last night about this. So it was really easy to understand the Australians right off the bat, right? Or maybe not so. Even though they were speaking English, it's still, you needed somebody who you knew that was speaking English to translate a little bit for about 3 weeks, maybe, until you got the hang of it.
Right.
Yeah. So you played there for about 3 months each time, or was it just...
each time.
About each time, yeah.
And second time I got to recording with some country band in Australia. Maybe one songs.
You sat
2 songs.
in a recording session? With
Recording. Just they were just making their new album. CD.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So, now I'm calling you Jerry because that's a nickname as well.
No, easy to pronounce.
I'm going to fill that out. In other words, because I have trouble pronouncing your name from time to time, it's easier for me to call you Jerry. 1 year. And he knows me 1 year and he still can't say my name right. Yeah, I understand. But so Jerry is, how did you get here to this fine place?
You mean America or Guaymas or here?
Yeah, let's start. Yeah, how did you come to the festival?
Yeah, maybe, I think it was in 2003. I played with some singer.
Yeah, well, I got it. Yeah, singer.
Singer at the music festival in Kyoto, and I met some international band because they are two Americans and one Canadian and then one French. Their bassist is a Canadian. He named me Jerry.
The Canadian named you Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw him. It's been a long time when he found me. We are having a gig at the end of October. It's a Halloween party live, and you can come and pray with us with the Dobro, please. And he recommended to me join
the band. Join the band. Did you do that?
Yeah,
Cool.
I played with them for still now.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Guitarist is a American. His name is John, and he lives in Kyoto, Japan, and he has his house in Guemes and Cortes.
Guemes Island.
So
yeah.
yes, so he invited me his place on the island, and I went to there first time in 2010. So I met Randy. He recommended to come to here.
To this festival last
Yeah.
year?
It was the first time last year.
Last year. So he recommended, you heard about the festival then, a couple of years before. And so then you came back to visit on Guemes Island, your friend?
Almost every summer.
Almost every summer. Okay, so you've been back, and so you had the opportunity this last year, to come and
Here, yeah.
to check it out. Yeah.
And then I am interested in old time music.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
especially Graham and banjo. I want to learn a little bit more. That's why I'm nice to be here again.
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this is a really great place to be. There's a lot
I
of
think so.
Yeah. There's a lot of friendship. There's a lot of different little types of music, swing,
Right.
and it's not just all straight, one thing. And I think that's what you're referring to, like with bluegrass music. I mean, not to disrespect bluegrass music, but at the same time, it's frickin' repetitive too. And so if you don't have that appreciation for music that repeats itself frequently, if you're not in the group, in the moment of that, it can just to listen, it can be a little not interesting. But but the old time, what I notice is that it's almost a language that's being spoken, perhaps, that each person is adding to the group. There doesn't seem to be a person who's real dominant necessarily, like a lead person. They step in and then they come back, and so it's very it's
switch each time.
Yes. Everybody has a turn, and it's
Takes a
Well, this is. I'm really glad to see you. I couldn't believe when I saw what are the odds that a man from Japan that I really enjoyed meeting last year, and what are the chances he would be back again? And when I got here last Sunday, and immediately my friends that I meet here told me that you were here. I said, no, it's incredible. That's just how great that is. That I really enjoy talking with you. So is there anything that you would like to add, or that we might have missed about talking about the Dobro, or anything you personally want to add about? Like, I've got a question for you. Where do you find hope? Where do you find inspiration? There's so many things today that, like you were talking about typhoons in Japan, the weather's changing. There's you turn on the internet anywhere you want to look, and there's things that are looming over us. But where do you find your inspiration, or what makes this journey on this planet worthwhile?
Ooh, it's hard to say.
Well, yes, I know it's a big, covers a lot of ground, and you don't have to have an answer. I
just play which I want. I just go somewhere which I want to go. I don't know.
You choose where you want to go.
Yeah.
Make a conscious choice of the people and the places that you want to be in.
Maybe.
Did I hear that right?
Maybe my destiny.
Yes, your destiny is to let
I don't know.
your dobro lead you where you're going.
I think so.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think too. Yeah. Well, that's a great place to, I think, to wrap up for today anyway. I hope that I see you next year and we continue the conversation, actually, because I'm going to add this one to the previous one, and we're going to hopefully I see you next year.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to play a couple tunes like last year? Okay, well then let's do that. Thank you, Jerry, so much for being on Voices of the Methow.
Thank you very much.
You've been listening to Voices of the Methow, an off-the-wall production. Until next time, thanks for listening.